Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Well, today I've got to be honest, it's a pretty grim and dull day after the weather that we've been having over the last few days. I think the reality of winter are now starting to come up. Also, I've had news that Jane is having difficulties at the moment trying to get back to Zakynthos at the moment. There's been a lot going on within the last 24 hours. What with the UK lockdown, I know yesterday it was the last night in the pubs with the 10 o'clock closure there. So yeah, at the moment things are not looking much better here in Greece at the moment, and I'm going to be giving you quite an update onto what's been great today. Right, first of all, can I just say thank you to all those people who tuned in yesterday to my live show coming here from Macardo. It was good fun. I really enjoyed doing it. Once again, I'll be doing another show tomorrow. Again, broadcasting 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock UK time, which is 5 till 7 Greek time. So come and join us. If you want to put a few requests down the bottom, by all means, feel free to do so. Right. What's been going on then? Well, to be honest, yesterday we had a new record for infections from the COVID virus. 2,646 new cases in the country. And believe it or not, only Zakynthos and Kefalonia were the two locations that had no new of COVID. So well done to both us and Kefalonia. Now that brings the total cases up to 46,892 since the pandemic started, of which 42 of those new cases were from arrivals from abroad, according to the Health Ministry. Unfortunately, we also had 18 deaths as well, which was quite a high amount. That brings the total amount of deaths at the moment up to 673 since the pandemic started. The average age of those people was about 79 years of age, and they all had underlying health conditions. Now, at the moment, the ICU numbers have gone up since yesterday, where there was, today we have 179 people in ICUs across the country, which is up by 10, with 305 having passed through the ICU since the pandemic started. Now, at last, something interesting is the Greek government now published for the first time in quite a while their tests numbers as to how many tests they've been doing. And I thought personally the test numbers would have been a bit higher than what they are at the moment. But anyway, the total test numbers are at the moment 1,853,295 of the PCR tests. And they've also carried out 80,515 of the rapid tests as well. So again, the more you test, the more you'll find. I just thought that the testing would have been a bit higher, actually, to be quite honest. But anyway, also it was announced as well that the whole country will be locked down from Saturday, November the 7th. And this will be announced officially at noon today, Greek time, which will be 10 o'clock in the UK. The press is saying that the Greek Prime Minister has accepted proposals from the experts here, and new restrictions will come into play. So I'm just going to quickly go through the new restrictions that are going to affect us here in Zakynthos and also around the rest of the country as well. Right, the new restrictions will start at 6 a.m. on November the 7th. And this will mean the closure of shops except for food retail outlets such as supermarkets and mini markets, and also pet shops as well. Now, interestingly, hairdressers and beauty salons will allow to stay open. Now, I do remember reading in the UK press this morning, everybody rushing to get a last chance haircut yesterday before lockdown would start. Now, also interestingly as well, hotels and wholesalers will also stay open, and also businesses as well that are like factories. They will be allowed to stay open. So he's not completely shutting down the whole of the economy. Obviously, restaurants will close unless, of course, they have a takeaway service, which we've all said is the big loophole. They will be allowed to stay open. Nobody allowed on the premises. Obviously, you collect your stuff and you go. So that will go on as well. Now, interestingly as well, there's going to be a traffic ban from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. and also travel from prefecture to prefecture will also be prohibited as well. So that means you can't drive around between prefectures with this new lockdown. As for schools, primary schools and kindergartens will operate normally as they have been doing. However, distance learning will take place in high schools and universities, and this may be further extended by the government, but at the moment they are not actually saying anything more at the moment. Also, for those people into sport, all sports will be suspended except for the Super League football and also the basketball. The Super League football is the Greek like Premier, okay, and the basketball is the basketball. Basketball here is absolutely mega. Nearly every football team in Greece also has a basketball team, something that never really caught on in the UK. I remember Crystal Palace back in the 70s, football team and basketball team, but it never really took off in the UK. Anyway, also as well, all European championships for both sports, they will also continue as well. So Greek teams will still be taking part in the European championships, etc. as well. Anyway, so that is what's going on. Yep, things are locking down more here as we get ready for this further lockdown, and we will just see how this will proceed. I know it's causing problems for Jane at the moment in the UK. Still not 100% sure how she's going to get back to here. Whether, you know, I know her flights have all been cancelled, and whether she might be stuck there, we'll wait and see. But I'll hopefully speak to her today at some point. Had some more information on the boat yesterday with the migrants on board. The 65 migrants aboard that were taken into tow over to the Pyrgos area, 20 of those migrants were actually Turkish police officers. Also, there was also some intellectuals as well, lecturers, etc., and 10 PKK Kurds who, along with migrants from Iraq and Afghanistan. It's interesting to note that the policemen said that they had fled the country due to the Erdogan regime taking place over in Turkey, and some of them provided proof with identity cards and also with pictures and photographs on their phones, etc., to show that they were actually policemen who were fleeing from the regime of Erdogan in Turkey. They were not in agreement with what's been going on. They also said that they feared torture as well, and they've had to leave all their families behind basically for safety. So again, at the end of the day, interesting turn of affairs there. For those people not quite sure what happened, yesterday a fishing boat, it turns out, called Nemo was intercepted by Greek coastal authorities and was just off the coast of Keri here on Zakynthos. However, the vessel was then taken into port over in the Pyrgos area where the mayor there has been housing them. He did write a letter to the head of the interior saying that they can't stay where he is because they don't really have the facilities to look after them. So these migrants' story is taking a very interesting turn at the moment, and it makes you wonder about those people that are fleeing Turkey. Turkey at the moment has over 4 million migrants there, and with the tensions in the Aegean and also in the Eastern Mediterranean, Turkey is just basically letting people get on boats and get out of the country because they don't want the responsibility anymore. So there you go. To be honest, all pretty depressing news at the moment. From Zakynthos, not the best news going on. It's probably reflecting the weather at the moment, but I'm going to see who's tuning in at the moment. Some happy smiling faces. Quick shout out to Joanne Simpson, nice to see you tuning in. Also Denise Tyndall is tuning in as well. Big Al Thompson, nice to see you. Reg Vardy is also tuning in as well. Nice to see you there, Reg, as well. Reg also says good morning Ginge, and he got a cup of coffee there in his hand. I must admit, admit, I haven't even had a tea or a coffee this morning. I've been that busy. Emma Maraku says, morning, Ginge. Thank you so much for your daily updates. Hope Jane can get home soon. Yeah, we all hope that Jane can get home soon. She's at the moment over there in Leeton or Staffordshire. I know she was trying to see about getting on the Wizz Air flight, but that Wizz Air flight that's supposed to come in on Thursday, and that was the final flight. The Wizz Air flight Saturday. I do apologise. I'm not sure whether she's going to make that flight, and I think that flight has now actually been cancelled as well, as everything is locking down. Brett Weston is also watching as well. Laura Milligan is watching as well. Robert Earp says, Border Ginge. Thank you there, Robert. Nice to see you as well. Graham Binton Australia is watching as well. Nice to have you tuning in. Tommy Burns, old Rap Reg buddy, as well, tuning in. Alan Woodhouse is watching. Gail Marson is watching as well. Chris Jones is watching. Andrew Fridge Watkins is also tuning in. Also, Chris O'Gorman is watching as well. Tony Ardley says morning. Paul Smith is watching. Joanne Simpson says, hope Jane gets back soon. Jan Lawrence is watching. Jan Lawrence says, morning. Gail Marsden says, I don't think the lockdown will lift on the 2nd of December. Hope Jane isn't stuck there for Xmas. That would be awful. Yeah, remember, we were only supposed to be having a lockdown for basically about 2 weeks initially, as this is for our location. And obviously, it looks like I don't see it being lifted on the 2nd of December at the moment. All we can do is just pray and cross our fingers and hope that the rates go down. Just remember that the reason for this extra lockdown is because the Greek health authorities are under extreme pressure. The Prime Minister did say a few days ago that he reckoned that with the way that the infection rate was going, they only had enough ICU beds to last for maybe 10 to 15 days. So this is one of the reasons that they're locking down. So all we can do is just wait and see. And I too hope that I'm not stuck here for Christmas. If I'm going to be stuck here at Christmas, I'd rather be stuck here with Jane for Christmas. That's true. We had plans to do loads of things over the winter. They've all gone out the window, and basically we're just going to have to suck it and just see how things work out. Andrew the Fridge Watkins just said, just had my flu jab, quickest I've ever been in the doctors. Thank you for that, Andrew. They're also saying as well, there were certain statistics that were saying that the flu jab actually offered you pretty good immunity from the COVID virus as well. So I'm surprised that there was not more research done on the flu jab. The normal flu jab that you get actually gives you a resilience to it. So again, you never know, Andrew. I think you might be resilient now to it as well. Andrew Johnson is watching. My old mate Billy Billingham. Nice to see you tuning in as well. Good. Baudelaire is good morning in Welsh. I never knew that. Thank you. I thought you said I was being a bore at the time. I felt a bit of a bore. Thank you. Thanks for that, mate. I shall remember that. I don't even know if I've said that. Buddha is good morning. Right, okay. Buddha to the Welsh. Also say Buddha. Is that the way we're saying it? Is my Welsh accent getting any better? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. Right, Ian Wigmore is watching. Julie Sheridan is watching. Barry Baxter is watching. John Baird is watching from school. John Baird, ex-fireman, businessman, and ex-school chum. Nice to have you tuning in as well, fella. I think you're living in Ireland now, are you? Are you still in England? Let me know. Ray Morris is watching as well. The singer, you can catch him on the Workers' Journey on a Friday night. I think he'll be singing a lot more during lockdown online. Anyway, if you can go check him out, go check him out. A lovely fella. And also Mary. Looks like, Mary, you're not out of a job. You're still allowed to work. Anyway, Andrew Owen is watching. Andy Owen says, good morning, buddy. Right, that's it from all those people tuning in at the moment. So all I can say is... yeah, we shall just wait and see what transpires. Don't forget, it's 12 o'clock today that the Greek Prime Minister does his official announcement about the lockdown. It's interesting to see people are actually, doing as they're supposed to be doing. I'm looking now at an old fella on a bike riding it with a mask on at the moment. I'll try and switch the camera around, but he's disappeared. He's going that fast. So once again, wherever you are in the world, you have a good day. I'll let you know how things go on. Another broadcast tomorrow. Don't forget Friday. I'll be doing my show 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock UK time, 5 till 7 Greek time. Your requests, my inspiration. I've got to be honest, some cracking tunes in this week's show. And let's see if this week's show will chart like all the other shows have charted, which will make my day and make it all worth it. Anyway, once again, I'll catch you later. You take care and have a great day. Ta-ra.